Right, let's go to William, who's a Chelsea fan. All right, Will?
Willie?
Hello, lads. How you doing?
Good, mate. How are you?
Oh, you know, living the dream, as they say.
How are you? What do you do, Will? What do you do to live the dream?
No, I don't really live the dream now, but I'm off to Australia in November, so I will.
That's living the dream.
Yeah. I've been saving up for it for a while now, but yeah, I work at M&S as a manager, so.
Oh, nice.
Which M&S?
Love M&S.
One in North London.
Oh, nice.
Near Watford.
Does it do the food there as well, or is it just M&S like clothes?
It's just a food store.
It's the food store. M&S food, mate, banging.
Will, can I ask you a question? Do you get like a M&S card? Do you get like 50-60% off?
Not 50-60%, we get 20% off as colleagues.
Is that it?
20%.
20%.
Well, if in comparison to the other retailers, so Sainsbury's you get 10%, Tesco you get 10%. So we as M&S and
but M&S more expensive though.
Yeah, they are, but at the same time, M&S is Well, I personally think, if you don't want to spend a load of money in a restaurant, it's the next best thing.
It is, right?
And then you have a nice little meal and watch the football.
I got a steak the other day from M&S, cost 14 quid, but I tell you what, it was absolutely banging.
Yeah. I know. You can't knock it, mate. You can't knock it.
I mean, you obviously can get nice steaks from any other store as well. Just put it out there.
Yeah,
there are other supermarkets available.
No,
but M&S is
it's the daddy.
It is.
To be honest,
Anyway, enough about
Yeah. Let's talk football. Go on. What do you want to talk about?
Yeah. Well, about England, if it is true and they're going to play the same, I'm a bit disappointed because I feel like going into the second game, especially in the group stage, you got the 3 points and so I would want to see more of an attacking front against Denmark, and I'd like to see maybe Foden have a bit of a rest, to be honest, after a really long season, and it wouldn't be a bad thing because you've got enough on the bench to come on as attacking, and I'd like to see maybe have Gordon on the left and have Palmer with Bellingham and then Rice on his own, because they play a 3 at the back, as you were saying. And I think we got enough attacking power there to go think. And I thought, to be honest, against Serbia, I thought Kane was extremely quiet. And he kept coming. I don't know what it is. He was doing it like at Tottenham as well the last season when he was at Tottenham. He keeps coming back into midfield. And then when you want him to be in the middle, he's not always there sometimes.
But he didn't do that against Serbia, though, really, did he? He stayed up top. He hardly featured.
That was his problem.
Yeah.
He stayed too high.
And I wouldn't even mind that giving Watkins a go up front. Seeing a bit more pace now with Gordon.
Willie,
come on, Will, he's not going to drop Kane.
Willie.
No, I know, and he's not going to drop Kane. And I'm saying I'd like to, instead of Tony, coming off the bench.
Willie, right, listen. Right?
Yeah, buddy.
Who's your manager at M&S? Don't name the whole name, but right. So you've got a boss, right?
Yeah. Well, not currently, no.
So you're the boss.
I've got a boss, but we haven't got a store manager at the moment.
Right. Okay. So are you the big dog?
No, absolutely not. No.
Well, who makes all the decisions then? Sounds like a rudderless ship.
No, I've got someone who's doing all the decisions, but they're filling in at the moment because we're getting a new store manager. So.
I know, but here's what I'm hearing, right? It's like, who's looking after the fish counter? You're saying, right, you fish counter, you go and look after the meat. Meat counter's going to look after the fish. You've got someone working over there in lingerie, now working over in menswear. I mean, it's all well and good you doing this now. You're saying, you've just made about wholesale changes. It's not your job. Southgate's job. You're putting Southgate in charge of fish.
I don't know where you're going.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're on
about. And who's looking after meat?
I don't know what you're going on about.
No.
Who's looking after lingerie?
No, listen. In all seriousness.
No, seriously, who's looking after lingerie?
I don't know. I don't have a laundry.
It's a food store.
I know.
It's a food store. Not a clothing store.
I'm just messing with it. Okay, who's looking after the sandwiches?
And well, that's responsibility of the management team, and as a team, and we don't have. It's not how it used to be, and everyone has individual departments, especially in food halls, and you got a store manager, sometimes a deputy in a big food hall.
Who's Gareth Southgate in your store?
Managers and section managers.
Who's Gareth Southgate in your store? Who is he?
Who's Gareth Southgate in my store? They start on Monday, so I can't tell you.
I only got a manager. Honestly, you're worse than England.
No, not a store manager, because our store manager...
Honestly, you make it up as you go along.
I'm not making up as going along, and now you ask me a question, I'm just answering it.
Well, who's it? You haven't got a boss.
And not currently, so they've just been moved this week.
Where are we going with this? What's it?
I'm
What
trying to
are
make.
you trying to do? What are you trying to plug out of this?
I'm trying to
We're
make
talking
big
about
win.
England, we're not talking about M&S anyway, and that.
I don't know what you're talking
I'm
about.
trying to make Big Willie realise that what he's just done, he's sitting on the phone, driving home from M&S, right? He's probably got loads of sandwiches, like BLTs and prawn sandwiches in his back of the car. He's got a load of free food, right? But the truth is, he's sitting there saying, I'll do this, I'll do that. He wants Ollie Watkins.
Yeah.
He's dropping loads of players. He's changing the shape.
Right.
He's got the three at the
What's
back.
his opinion?
And he's got loads of free sandwiches in the back of his car.
Right.
He doesn't care less.
I don't know what you mean.
He ain't got a manager.
Listen, I'm not saying that. I would just say I would prefer to look at going into the second game so we don't have just one system. So we're going to play the same system again going into game 2. So like when we go into the knockout stages, say we get Germany, France, or whoever, Spain, and whoever we get, and I'd like to see sort of like a different scenario instead of. Bringing off the bench.
At 3 o'clock, who's looking after the fish?
Willie, let it go because he'll just go on all night. Honestly, just wind you up. Top man, Will.
Who's looking after the fish?
It's just you're like a child. Honestly, like you just give you a bone. Honestly, and you're like a dog.
The thing is, though, Big Willie there is driving home from M&S. He hasn't even got a manager. And he's phoned up, right? He's saying he wants to drop Foden. He wants to see Ollie Watkins up top. He wants to go to 3 at the back. I've said to him, who looks after your store?
But that has no relevance to what he wanted to talk about. What are you talking about?
The truth is, he hasn't even got a manager. He can phone up. Honestly, wherever that M&S store he works at, do not go there. Do you know what happened? You go in there. You'll go in there tomorrow night. Be full of Yellow Label. They've sold everything.
Good Yellow Label at M&S.
Yeah, go there.
Yeah, let's go to Graham. He's a Hibs fan. All right, Graham?
How you going?
All right, G-Dog.
All right, Graham, how are you?
Hey, Jamie, how do you put up with this
I
guy?
don't know, mate. Honestly, I don't know. He frazzles my brain, I'll be honest.
Hey, we're in the middle of the best Euro Championships. I phoned up to talk about football. I live in Australia now, and all I'm thinking about is M&S foods and Greg's food now.
Can't be Greg's.
Greg's.
Love
You've
Greg's.
got from M&S to Greg's. How's that happen?
Hey, Graham, go on. What do you want to talk about? You want to talk about Scotland, right? Come on.
Yeah. Well, firstly, much improved performance, yeah?
It was.
Agreed.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
Do you guys, yeah, fair point. Do you guys feel that last 20 minutes we missed a beat? Switzerland had packed up. They're known they're playing Germany next. They're done. They could have done us on the counter, but they're done. Switch from 5 to 4 and put a second striker on. I thought that last 20 minutes they were there to beat.
Do you know?
I also think that Steve Clarke didn't want to lose the game. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to go too open, because he's still a draw wasn't the worst result. You've got another game against Hungary. You probably sat there thinking, got a bit of confidence to go and beat them. It's a good performance.
But
If you lose that game, you're out.
Yeah, I get that. But you're working on the whammy that we beat Hungary. There's no guarantees of that. Like,
No, but
pick up the points when they're there. That is a good Swiss team, but you know the game. You played it. They had switched back. They were happy with the points.
Graham, there's a saying in football, right? When you get to the last 10, 15, 20 minutes, if you can't win it, don't lose it, right? And it felt a little bit like Scotland weren't really capable of winning. You might have done, but if you were to do that and throw caution to the wind and perhaps make tactical changes where you left yourself vulnerable. Can you imagine, right? Can you imagine if you conceded a goal in the 93rd minute and Clarke had made a load of changes to win it and you're thinking, do you know what, a point wouldn't have... I think it's one of those, when you get to that stage of the game, if you can't win it, don't lose it.
Yeah, I get that. I just know the way Scotland, the system works for Scotland, mate. Supported them all my life. We're going to beat Hungary and we're going to go out anyway.
Well, if you beat Hungary and you get 4 points.
there's a very good chance.
Do you know what? There's a chance you're going through, Graham.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Yeah,
There's a big chance. You beat Hungary with 3 points. You lost tonight. You're out. Probably. You're out.
Granted.
Right, so,
I was only on the tactical side. I just feel with Switzerland, they dropped back to 1 at the point. I think us moving from 5 to 4 wouldn't have changed the risk of losing the game, boys.
Listen, I know, Graham, I get it. There was moments in that game where I was like, go on, have a go, and they passed it around at the back. It was a bit negative. I think they had a free kick, and they ended up going back to the keeper, and things like that annoy you. But you ain't lost the game. There's a point.
No, we're in it.
So you're in it.
We're in it.
You've still got a chance of getting through.
I thought Gilmore changed the way we played. Somebody wanting the ball and linking up the play.
He's a good player. I don't know how he didn't start the first game. Do you know what I mean? He didn't play in all season.
It's totally different approach.
That first game, we took a lot of some fair abuse for it, but that was always going to be a hard game,
Yeah, it was.
But anyway, brilliant tournament, boys, and love listening to you from down here. I just dropped a boy off at school. He listens to you every day.
Oh, good man. Where are you? So you're in Oz, yeah?
Yeah, in Newcastle, just above Sydney.
Okay, yeah. No, well.
Global now, mate. Global.
We are global. We're the breakfast show.
We
What time is it there, G-Dog?
Yeah. It is. That's what I get called over here. It's 8 a.m.
8 a.m. 8 a.m. All right, G-Dog, top man, mate. Thanks for listening. Give us a call again.
Was ist das? talkSPORT?